Models as learning teaching materials. A model represents an idea, object, event, process, or system. They are replicas of actual items. Though models are primarily used in science, geography, and mathematics classes, they are also important teaching materials in English classroom. They have a three-dimensional effect on the learner's minds. We may use clay, paper, plaster, and different colors to make good models of different objects. With the growing use of technology in education, many of us have started to undermine the importance of models as learning teaching materials. Most of our lessons are now based on PowerPoint presentations, videos, and internet-based content. However, we have also started to realize the limitations of these technological aids. They are mostly teacher-centered and give limited experience to the learners. We need to provide a learning environment where our learners may visualize, experience, reflect, and create knowledge. To achieve this goal, learners must work with different types of visualizations. Using models can be an important step in providing visualizations, while using realia in the classroom is impossible. Advantages of using models. Some of the advantages of the use of models as learning teaching materials are the following. Number one, it gives the real learning experience to the learners. Number two, it is less expensive and do not need to build expensive prototypes. Number three, there is no damage to the real objects. Number four, it is less dangerous as the models are made learner friendly. Number five, it is easy to make modifications to make it work better. Limitations of using models. However, we should be cautious while using models as learning teaching materials because learners may learn the model rather than concept it means to illustrate. They may fail to distinguish between mental image and a concrete model. They lack the necessary visual imagery to understand the models. They may mix up aspects of two or more different models, and they may oversimplify a particular concept illustrated with the help of the models. How to use models properly? We should use models carefully so that our learners can learn the concepts better. We need to consciously focus on the models as an idea, object, event, process, or system. We can use new model as a learning teaching material in the following way. First, we should introduce the idea that the model is intended to show. Then, we should also find out what ideas students already have about that topic. After that, we should involve the learners in the creation of the models. Then, we should allow the learners to prepare the models at home if possible. We should also allow the learners to make required changes to the models if they feel it is required. And we should clearly identify the learning aspects of the models. Types of models. Number one, models of readily available or accessible objects. These models represent the animals, plants, and other products of nature, objects that children can see, such as models of earthworms, ants, flowers, etc. We should try to create the models in the same size as real objects. We can modify the model size if the real object is too small, like an ant, or too big, like an elephant. Toys are also models if they look similar to real objects. Number two, models of unavailable or inaccessible objects. These models represent the objects, animals, and plants that cannot be accessed in real life for many reasons. For example, the real honeycomb may be dangerous for the learners. In such cases, a model should be used to discuss the concept. Number three, models of abstract ideas or concepts. These are the models of abstract ideas, concepts, and objects that cannot be easily explained to the learners. They are the symbols that concretize abstract ideas. For example, we may refer to models of a train junction to teach the student concepts of punctuation marks in English class. Sample models. Let us read. It can be used in English subject to teach reading and grammar lessons for students of classes 1 to 8. The learning outcomes are the learners will read printed scripts on charts. They will compose and write simple short sentences. We can use this in early stages of engaging or evaluating the learners. The materials required to make it are mount boards, color paper, sketch pen, dice cutter, etc. How to make this? We should take color papers, fold it thrice, cut it in half circle and open it to get the design. Then we make 3 pieces of the design and paste them on A4 size color paper. We should then fix these worksheets on the mount board and write words on the first worksheet to denote the subjects. Finally, we should write words on the second worksheet to denote verbs and words on the third worksheet to denote objects. How to use? The teacher asks the learners to roll the dice, speak out the number they get. Then they should read the word corresponding to the number. Then they roll it twice to see whether they get words to form a sentence as in subject verb object pattern. Implication: in this game, learners learn framing sentences in subject verb object order pattern through the playway method. Once they make the sentences using the dice, they can be asked to frame other sentences in the same structure. Number 2, story platform. This can be used in English or any other language subject related to story writing for the students of class 6 to 8. The learners will write coherently, focusing on appropriate beginning, middle and end in English. They will use meaningful sentences to describe and narrate factual and imaginary situations in speech and writing. They will also write grammatically correct sentences for various situations using nouns, pronouns, verbs, adverbs, determinants, etc. The materials required to make it are old hanger cardboard, scissors, origami paper, wooden sticks, pictures, sketch pen, Play-Doh, sticky tape, flashcards, etc. How to make it? We can take old cardboard, place the hanger at the edge of the cardboard and wrap it well with tape. Then place the caps and sticks of beginning, middle and end at the corners of the hanger and the middle caps and sticks in the middle of the hanger. We can make a small flags of characters, settings, problems, climax and end in the cardboard. Create flashcards of characters and events. How to use? The learners are shown the story writing structure. They observe the important elements of story writing. The flashcards help them understand the story template model. For practice, students are given separate pictures to complete the template. Implications: this teaching aid helps learners broaden their understanding of fictional and non-fictional things. Learners come up with new ideas and thoughts. The model can help students discover the fundamentals of writing in English and construct proper sentence structure. Number 3, suffix swirl. This can be used to teach English or any other language subject related to suffixes for classes 5 to 8. The learners will define suffix, add suffix to words accurately, define words with suffixes based on their root words, and solve simple crossword puzzles or build word chains. The materials required to make it are medium size boxes, origami paper, sketch pen, etc. How to make it? Take any medium size box available in the house. Write all the root words on colorful paper, leaving some space. Make another paper cut and write suffixes on that. Place these two different cutouts on the surface of the box. How to use? Students are given the list of different root words in one column and list of suffixes on the other. Learners have to rotate and match the word with the correct suffix. For example, week should be matched with ly to make it weekly. Care should be matched with less to make it careless. Child should be matched with ish to make it childish. Slow should be matched with ly to make it slowly. Implication: this teaching aid helps the learners practice words and suffixes. Suffixes and roots are essential strategies for unlocking the meaning of new words available to students. By understanding suffixes, students can decode different words. Thank you very much.